What's up, guys? mattMONTANEZ here. Today, I want to talk about the Waves 550A EQ and how great of an EQ it is. I know a lot of people own it, they have it, but they just don't use it. It's a great sounding EQ. I love it. I use it probably in every mix. 95% of my mixes I use it in. It's a great sounding EQ for one. It's easy to use. There's only three knobs. It's so straightforward and it sounds great just about on everything. This mix is actually finished, but I brought this back in just to mess with this EQ to show you guys a little bit about it. So here it is. It's a model from the legendary API EQs, the hardware in the 60s. And what you got here is it's a parametric EQ. So you got your three bands and they all overlap, as you can see. So right here it ends at 5 kilohertz. This one starts at 5 kilohertz. This one ends at 400 hertz. This one starts at 400 hertz. This one ends at 400 hertz. You got your filters. Then you can switch to a shelf or a bell curve. You could bypass the EQ. And the reason why they have this in, because when you bypass it, it won't go through the EQ section, but it'll still have the analog summing, the analog emulation of it. So that's why they have that there, because if you click bypass here, it actually turns off all of it. You got your polarity switch there, and then you also can turn on and off your analog, and then you got your output meter, and then you got your trim button here. So like I said, it's an amazing EQ. So I'm gonna bypass. I'm just gonna play this vocal I have right here.
Oh, I'm on a new wave. No matter what they say, got no time to waste. Yeah, we do it our way.
And here it is, active.
Oh, I'm on a new wave. No matter what they say, got no time to waste. Yeah, we do it our way.
And if you listen closely, like super subtle, there's already like a slight color to the vocal, which is beautiful. It sounds great. So I'm gonna get into this EQ section here. So basically the way this filter works, when you engage it, it automatically filters off 50 hertz and below and 15 kilohertz and above that. So you got that curve, basically this curve that it shows here, that's what it's doing to the waveform. So let me bring up another EQ so you can actually see that, and I'm gonna just get the stock EQ7. So basically it's doing this when you engage that. 50 hertz, and let's engage this 15K. So it's giving you this curve balance, so it's pulling off all these lows and all these highs, and it sounds great. It works. It's awesome to throw on vocals. So always engage that, and then you can mess around with the EQ, the gains, and basically you can just move in notches into 2, 4, 6, 9, and 9 and 12. And the thing about it, though, that a lot of people don't realize with this EQ is the way it works. So when you go to +2 or -2, it does a wide band, a wide Q. And the higher you go, the narrower your Q gets. So let me show you actually that back in the EQ7, what I mean. So if I got the EQ7 and I bring this up here, it's a wide band. So let's say I bring it up to 2 decibels. You got your wide band. And then if I go higher to 4, then the Q gets narrower like that. And then if I go to like 9, it'll be narrower like this. And then if I go to all the way to 12, it'll be like this as a peak. And that's what it does automatically. Well, if you have the bell curve on your high frequency, it'll do that, or else it's a shelf and it just kind of does it, which this is what it does. So if you had your shelf, I'll go back, and you had your wide Q and you bring it up, that's the way it shelves. And then if I go up higher and I throw the Q on, as you can see how the curve moves. So then if I add more, it'll look more like this, and it'll start doing these notches as well. And that's what the EQ does automatically, where you don't mess with the Q. So if you go into the shelf mode and you want to boost at 5 kilohertz, it's going to make the band narrower as you go, and it sounds incredible.
Oh, I'm on a new wave. No matter what they say, got no time to waste. Yeah.
It still sounds great. That was at 15 kilohertz. Let's go to 5.
Oh, I'm on a new wave. No matter what they say, got no time to waste. Yeah, we do it our way.
and it sounds great, like I said. So then you want to check out your mids, and your mids is the same exact thing, except you go from 400 hertz to 5 kilohertz.
Oh, I'm on a new wave. No matter what they say, got no time to waste. Yeah, we do it our way. Let the sun hit your face, and it's all that it.
And then you got your low frequencies here, and I'm gonna stick into the bell shape.
Oh, I'm on a new wave. No matter what they say, got no time to waste. Yeah, we do it our way. Let the sun hit your face, and it's.
So you got to keep in mind, the broader you want it, you want to stay between twos, the fours, and the sixes. Because yeah, when I boost 2, 4, and 6, it's going to be like a broad kind of Q band. And then when I go to 9, 12, or 6, the higher you go up, then the narrower it gets. But then it does the opposite. So if you stay like right here, it's a wide Q. And the more you cut out, it goes narrower. So it's pretty really cool EQ that's very simple to use, and it sounds great. So like, even they have great presets in this. So if I go to voice, lead Vox, and I hit play,
Oh, I'm on a new wave. No matter what they say, got no time to waste. Yeah, we do it our way.
it just sounds great. Like, it's that easy. Of course, you might want to dial it in a little bit depending on your vocal, but it sounds great. Let me show you what it does on snare drums now. So I'm going to pull that off. Let's go to the snares. And we got snares up here. So I'm going to solo all these snares because we got quite a few here. And I'm going to throw it here. Let's get that API again. And let's see about adding like meat to these snares. So let's go around 200. Let's add the bell shape. And it sounds great. Like, it sounds really good on pretty much everything. And here's bypass. And it sounds awesome. Like, I can't complain about the way it sounds. It just makes a lot more pop out. It gives it a nice tone, a nice color overall. It really makes things sound super cool. So let's see. Let's find something else we can try it on. Let's try this synth right here. Okay, so let's get the API again. 550A. And let's just choose another preset real quick. Let's see what let's go in strings, and let's go to viola. You see how much more it just adds so much more body and width to your entire sound. It makes things sound incredible. And it's not that, it just made it louder. So watch, let me bring it down a few dB. So here it is bypassed. And it just sounds great. Like I said, I can't complain about it. But like I said before, like, a lot of people just don't understand the way it works. They don't understand that the filters rolling off the 50 hertz and the 15K. They don't understand what this is doing. All right, guys, I hope this helped. I hope you get into using the 550A EQ. They also have the 550B, which is pretty much the same thing. The only difference in the 550B is you get 4 bands and it just gives you a little more versatility, and it's the same thing. So you got your low frequency, which is shelf or a bell curve, and then it does the same thing. The more you boost and the narrower your Q goes, the more you cut, the narrower your Q goes. It does that same thing. You have your analog switch, your trim button, and then you could bypass the EQ itself and just keep the analog summing, your polarity. Hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe to the page, and I'll be doing more little things like this, so you guys can check out on things that I like to use and how I use them and stuff. Make sure you check out my series, How to Use Avid Pro Tools. I'm going to be doing that a lot more. I just did the first lesson, which you can check out on my channel, and I'm going to get all the way to lesson 12, which will be an introduction to mastering. The next lesson is going to be on saving sessions correctly, working with tracks, and also shortcut commands. All right, guys, take care.